Hello everyone, my name is Wesley with Wesleyan Books, and today we're talking about Bloom, a novel by Kevin Panetta and Savanna Ganucheau. Kevin Panetta is a Washington, D.C. based comic book and graphic novel writer. He's worked for books for properties like Steven Universe, The Regular Show, and Bravest Warriors. Savanna Ganucheau is a comic artist from New Orleans, Louisiana, with a BFA in film from the University of New Orleans. She made her start in comics by self-publishing and selling her work in small comic book shops around New Orleans, alongside creating popular webcomics. So right into it, with the art. This novel is entirely digitally drawn, the art done in a brush style similar to ink pens. This is a monochrome novel, but with a hue of cyan. Considering that the entire novel is considered to be in color by the blue tones, this doesn't vary away from the monochromatic style that the artists are going for. The art uses a blend of hatching and halftone for shading and dimension in the work. There is a blend of standard square and rectangle panels, but with the color it doesn't bore the eye. There are many splash pages and double spreads that are sometimes broken up into more organic shapes, with an overlaying panels that help slow the moment and the eye down to view the moments being pictured. Here's an example of the more organic shapes in the double spreads. The people are expressive, and more on the cartoon side, with emotive mouths that are a little bit larger than the average proportions of realistic drawings. There's a lot of emotion and expression in each panel. Some panels even have arrows or emotes to help dictate the scene's movement. Overall, a beautiful, clean book that doesn't strain your eyes, a blend between that of cartoon and realistic features. Story. I have been sitting with my heart bubbling over. I feel invested in the characters Aerie and Hector, and this was a coming-of-age story and a story of trying to find one's passion in life. I didn't have to sit with the story afterwards and ponder it through. The emotional ties and connections are there, and that's all that I needed for this novel. There are twists and turns, but it doesn't make the slice of life look boring. It makes things feel sweet, intentional, and every moment counts. These little moments that are depicted over a few couple months from July to December only shows that this novel has so much to offer in a story. It seems to have multiple storylines going for it at once. A romance, a comedy, and also a searching for your dreams. These all combine together to create a beautiful, fantastic novel. Representation. This novel is a great representation on family, friends, queer platonic relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, and so on. The gayness may be in your face at times, but it fits in well with the novel and doesn't feel too overly present at times. Not saying that it being overly present is a problem, in my opinion. These characters do not follow the stereotypes considered for that of a gay story. Instead, this shares a more intersectional version of life, and how things can blossom or bloom between individuals. This novel was phenomenal. I was able to read through it in about an hour, even though it is quite thick, and I had many moments where I had to stop and gush or stop and cry, and I was happy to have my partner there to help me through this novel. It really brings the reader into the story with Aerie and Hector, and you feel you're rooting for Aerie the entire time. Overall, I give this novel a 5 out of 5, and I highly suggest it to anyone who wants a more emotional story and anyone who wants to really tie themselves in with the characters. Well, that's all I have for Queer Comics right now, and I will see you around. Bye!